Good morning, everybody. It is your daily crypto news for Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. My name is Matt. And yesterday was the Iowa caucus. And as you know, I'm a little bit of a political nerd / junkie. And I like to watch these kind of things and pay attention to these kind of things, which we all should. It's our civic duty. But I go a little harder than most people. And I'm always nervous of saying that I pay attention to politics or I'm a political nerd or junkie or whatever, because have you ever had the thing where you like, hey, out of your friend group, you're the most like in-depth or the most knowledgeable about a certain topic, and you enjoy it and you research it and you read it and you keep up, but then you say it to the wrong person and that person just goes hard and they just know everything about the topic. I remember doing this once with Star Trek, and I'm a Trekkie. I've watched all the shows multiple times. I know what's going on in that universe, right? But then I met this one person that knew everything, down to like the extras, names in the shows, to the obscure ships that were flying around. To it was like you get owned by people. Like, and I've met a couple politics guys like that too, where it's just like, how the hell do you know all this stuff, and why do you even care to go that deep into it? Anyway, so I'm always skeptical to say these things, but yesterday was the Iowa caucus is what I'm trying to get into. And Donald Trump won 51% of the vote. Then came in Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, then Vivek Ramaswamy. And why are we talking about this on a crypto show? Well, because who is going to be crypto friendly? That's the real question, right? We know DeSantis is kind of friendly with Bitcoin and crypto because he accused the Biden administration of having a war on Bitcoin back in July of 2023. So I assume that he wants to make sure that there's a free market and an open market to trade and invest with crypto, or at least Bitcoin. Nikki Haley, there's nothing I can find on her stance toward crypto. So she is basically a black box. Who knows how she would react if she became president of the United States? Will she have a war on Bitcoin? Will she be hostile to the industry? My guess is, because she's, in my opinion, she's on the take. If anybody's a Nikki Haley fan out there, email me, matt@dailycryptonews.net. I would like to hear that you're a Nikki Haley fan, because I just don't know who the hell is, honestly. Vivek Ramaswamy was probably the most outspoken of all of them, of being crypto friendly, but he dropped out of the race, which kind of surprised me. He endorsed Donald Trump, which we have also no clue how he stands on crypto. Yes, the Donald, he has NFTs, he has Ethereum and all that stuff, but if you're making money with it, then why not? But he's never come out to say directly that he supports Bitcoin, that I can see, that he supports Bitcoin or cryptocurrency in any way, even though he does have NFTs. Melania had NFTs as well. He's made millions off of these NFTs. He was hodling Ethereum and just sold a big stash of it. But the only real statement from the Donald was in July of 2019, where he said, "I'm not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which are not money, and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activity." So in the crypto space, a lot of people are single issue voters, and they're looking at what your stance is on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in the markets, in society. And to be perfectly clear, the only person that was really committed just dropped out. Hashkey Group, which operates the Hong Kong-based crypto exchange, has nearly met its $100 million fundraising target, which means it is now a unicorn. Its valuation surpassed $1.2 billion post-raise. A unicorn status is a company that reaches that billion-dollar mark. Hence, you see the profile picture or the thumbnail of this show is a unicorn. Thank you, Dolly, for making it a unicorn for some reason. I'm just going with it. Hashkey announced this fundraising round back in August, shortly after it received a license to operate the exchange in Hong Kong from the security regulator. Despite making MKBHD's worst phone of the year, the Solana saga, Solana says, hey, we're going to make another one, but cheaper. The original phone cost $1,000 at launch, but then it saw its prices go down bigly. Why? Because they weren't selling. It went down to about $600. But now they're going for around $3,200 on eBay if they're factory sealed, about 5 times more than its price around 5 weeks ago. What changed, you might ask? Well, it's because they're loaded with all kinds of crap, including Bonk, the dog kind of Doge competitor on Solana, token, meme coin, shit coin. It's loaded with Bonk, and the price of Bonk went to cover the expense of the phone, so why not get a free phone, everybody was thinking. Also, the Saga phone continued to yield dividends, Basically, they're getting airdropped all kinds of NFTs and all kinds of other tokens that they weren't expecting because they have the phone. So why do they think this is a good idea to make a cheaper phone? Now, look, MKBHD said that the phone was built well, but it operated horribly. Can they make a cheaper phone operate better? And should we be taking MKBHD's criticism of the phone with a grain of salt, because it looks like he's not a fan of crypto? Binance and Gulf Innova, a subsidiary of Gulf Energy Department, said that their joint venture in crypto exchange Binance Thailand is now open for trading. Binance Thailand offers digital asset exchange services with the Thai bot trading pairs and integrates with local banks in Thailand, while also partnering with Binance Kazakhstan, which is weird, for brokerage services, which is super bizarre. I want to read you the press release from Binance and the new CEO, Richard Tung, because I just hate them. I just hate how fake they are. I hate that they say just so much BS, and I just want to read it for you so you can, bask in the hate with me. They say, with the full operation of Binance Thailand by our Thai joint venture to the general public in Thailand, we will uphold our unwavering commitment to security, transparency, and service quality. Blockchain technology and digital assets carry the power to bring our financial inclusion. This is a strategic step forward, setting the stage for Thailand's impending role as a key player in the global digital finance landscape. Speaking of exchanges, OKX obtained a virtual asset service provider license in Dubai. And finally, and apparently, I guess these are auto manufacturers trying to compete with Tesla's operating system and the tech within the car, because they're trying to find some kind of competitive advantage against Tesla, and they're doing it in weird ways. And this is why we're talking about Mercedes-Benz today. And during CES, they've taken off the wraps to an updated in-car virtual assistant that includes an NFT gallery and an AI voice assistant with emotional profiles. I have no clue what that means. Let's get into this and see what that really means. So apparently this virtual assistant is going to be powered by AI, and it runs in the next generation Mercedes-Benz operating system, or MB.OS or MBOS. It is built as the most human-like interaction interface with the Mercedes-Benz yet, and it interacts with the driver using one of 4 emotional profiles. These emotional profiles are natural, predictive, personal, and empathic. The MBUX assistant will learn the driver's preferences, such as automatically turning on their preferred radio station during the morning commute, or activating seat massagers and dimming the lights during a night drive. This just sounds like old tech with new words. I don't know why you need emotional profiles for your car, but I digress. Continuing, Mercedes-Benz is also overhauling its navigation and in-car entertainment systems. The in-car app enables drivers to showcase their NFT collection on the vehicle's dashboard, including the brand's own NXT NFTs. So, cars just have screens all over the place anymore. And now Mercedes-Benz is allowing you to show your NFTs on your screens in your car. Imagine the person that has that on their Mercedes-Benz. Imagine you getting into your friend's car or your boss's car or a colleague's car and them showing you their NFTs on their screen in their Mercedes-Benz. That is not a plus, in my opinion. It doesn't matter how much you're in crypto. That is not a plus. Please do not do that. It's like if this was a Kia or a Hyundai, it wouldn't be so insufferable. But because it's a Mercedes, it's just extra, right? Anyway, this isn't the first time Mercedes-Benz is using blockchain technology. They do it for less frivolous things too. So back in 2020, it announced that it was piloting a project to track the amount of CO2 emissions of its cobalt supply chain using blockchain, so they do that as well. Anyway, what else are we going to do? Oh, the market's just opened. It's 9:30. Let's get into those crypto prices.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
And like I said, the time is 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Fear greed's at 61. We're greedy, but we're going back to neutral. Why? Because Bitcoin didn't do the thing that we wanted it to do. And it seems as though we're all settling in for a long hodl until after the halving, or maybe up to the halving. Who knows? But Bitcoin is in at $42,847. It's up 1% in 24, but still down 8.5 in 7. Ethereum is at $2,530, up 0.3% in 24, but up 11.5 in 7. Tellers number 3, Binance is pretty much even in 24, up 5% in 7 at $316.78. And Solana is under $100 at 96.18, up 1.4% in 24. I think Solana, anything under $100 is a good buy. But of course, this is not financial advice, so do not trade on stupid things that I say on this show. Running off the top 10, we have XRP, USDC, Cardano, Avalanche, which is 35.45, down 1.8%, and Doge is still in the number 10 spot. The total market cap is 1.68 trillion, up 0.2%, pretty much even. Bitcoin dominance is below 50% at 49.9%, and the ETH dominance is 18%. And that was our show today. I will see you guys tomorrow. And until then, happy hodling, y'all.